Back at Killarney International Raceway now for the brand new South African Touring Car Championship incorporating the Supacup class. Some new cars out there, and great to see Volkswagen Motorsport back into the mix as well with the Supacups, as well as a fantastic Golf GTI 7, two BMWs at the front end of the field, and joining the fray in one of them is Andrew Schofield.
It's been a real eye-opener. I got the news sort of beginning of Feb that I'm going to make the step up from 1600s. So yeah, had to learn quickly. And we've chipped away at it the whole weekend. Quite a few seconds off the pace in the beginning, but we slowly gotten closer and closer. And as I've built confidence, it's gone a lot better. So I'm really, really chuffed with how it's going. The team's done a great job to help me. And yeah, we'll keep going. Hopefully later in the year goes on, I'll be able to get into a bit of a fight with the guys. We'll see how it goes.
In the new Toyota Gazoo Racing Starlet is the newly crowned champion, Saud Variawa.
It really feels amazing, obviously, to come here with the championship in the bag, and I think we got a target in the back as well. But yeah, qualifying didn't go quite as planned. We're struggling quite a bit with the new turf, so we're trying to get that up to speed. But nonetheless, we're going to push forward, and hopefully with the next two races we can at least up our pace a bit and try and fight for a podium.
Gazoo Racing will join Supacup for the first time with Brad Limburg on board in the Toyota Gazoo Racing Starlet.
The biggest change is we're in the Starlet GR, so new car, some developments, some little hiccups here and there, but the thing's going strong other than that. We've got two races to figure it out today. I look forward to it, and maybe I can bring the fight there to the VWs at the front.
All running Dunlop slick rubber out there for qualifying, and qualifying is always an important affair to get sorted out here in Cape Town. Trying to get into that front row is a very, very important aspect of your race weekend. And when the checkered flag came out, it was Robert Volk who seemed to have set the pace and got to the front end on pole position in the BM.
The wind was quite difficult, but yeah, the car was fantastic, and I think our overall race pace yesterday was great, so really looking forward to race one, especially with having my teammate next to me. It hopefully makes things a little bit easier, but we'll see.
In the Supacup, pole position went to Keegan Campos, making a welcome return to the Supacup class for 2024.
Couldn't be more proud to go 0.3 clear of the field. It's quite a statement, but mustn't let it get to me. There's a lot of good drivers in our class. Head down, tuck the mirrors in, and let's go, boy.
The split grid now for South African touring cars and the Supacup class. You can see the little bit of a gap there between the two of them. Robert Volk going to dictate the pace off the line. Alongside him in the Volkswagen GTI, Julian van der Vat. Watch out for his pace as they get going down towards Holzhoek for the first time. And it is Robert Volk who seems to have got the drop on the field as they head down towards Holzhoek. And on his tail, pushing through right from the word go, is Natim Simanga. Natim Simanga going side by side there, and then just tucking in behind Robert Volk as they came out of Holz for the first time. And then just behind that, you can see Van der Vat fending off the attack coming from the other two Toyotas out on circuit there of Van Rooyen. We're on board here with Charles Visser. His baptism is about to start here of fire as he goes side by side with Keegan Campos. First time out here for Charles Visser in the Volkswagen Motorsport machine, taking on the Campos machine side by side into turn two, and he just forces his way past. There was certainly some rubbing as racing happening between the two of those drivers as they went in, and here comes Campos for more. He's not going to give up without the fight, and it's already into turn three, and they are side by side as per usual in the Supacup category. Further back, the only master in the class there, that's Roberto Franco. Looking forward to seeing some more masters join us in the Supacup class as we get to Kyalami. But out front in that Supacup category, it is Charles Visser, the rookie. First time out in a Supacup car was only a couple of weekends ago, and he's now leading the first national championship race here at his home circuit. Robert Volk leads out in the SA touring car side of things with Msimanga right on his tail. They've pulled slightly away now. The gap being held there by Julian van der Vat, fending off, as I said, the attack coming from the two Toyotas behind him. And in fact, there's three Toyotas, because just behind that, it's Anthony Pretorius, also a rookie to the class for the very first time. This is a maneuver around the outside there from the 16 car of Van Rooyen, running slightly different numbers, changing up his luck maybe from the serious number that he ran for almost his entire race career of 95, and he's now gone to number 16 for this year. As he goes side by side, he gets up the inside and through on Van der Vat. Now Saud Variawa in the Starlet going to try and catch the two Toyota Corollas out the front end, and maybe that BMW of Robert Volk. Got some work to do there as Anthony Pretorius, but it's a good start there from him nonetheless. Franco continues to lead out the Masters category, but in the Super Cup class, it's a battle royal at the front end. Look at that. Joining the party in the background is Mokotsi. Mokotsi's bringing Tate Bishop along for the ride, and then just behind that, that's Davide Franco. So the two Franco boys basically splitting that field halfway through and at the back. Then just behind that, look out for Dean Fenter, Cara Hill. You've also got Nicky Vastanis joining for the first time. Nathan Hammond is back into Super Cup class as well in the Trinity car. Fantastic to see such a big field of Super Cup category competitors. SA Touring Cars is alive and well, and with the debut race here in Cape Town, it's Volk who continues to master the class so far and lead the rest of them around the circuit here at Killarney. His teammate at the back sandwiching this field, so the two Investchem and Sapphire cars are flying high, front and back of SA Touring Cars. Schofield still getting to grips with that BMW. As you heard from his interview, it's a difficult car to drive compared to what he's been in before. We're on board with Mokotsi. He has a little look in the rearview mirror as they came across the line there. Maybe just concerned about the pace of the guys just behind him who are closing in rapidly. One man to watch out for as well, coming through there as well, will be Dean Fenter, number 77, new livery on that car of his too. And he steps up into Super Cup for the first time. On the inside line, there's a Variawa trying to find a way through on his teammate. Side by side there, Starlet versus Corolla. And has the Corolla just lost out there to Saud? I think he might have. Oh, no, he hasn't. They've touched. The two teammates have gone side by side and touched through Sorrel Sweep. Van Rooyen being sent onto the sideline there with a little touch from the inside. Looks like he might have broken the left wheel as well by the looks of things. He gets going again. No, it looks like it's okay. So a little bit of argy-bargy there between Saud Variawa and Michael van Rooyen, the two teammates coming together out of Sorrel Sweep. I'll have a chat about that, I think, in the pits after this. Tate Bishop starting to close onto the back end now of Mokotsi and joins the party for the battle for the lead. There's a four-way fight here. Mokotsi's in third behind Campos. Fisser continues to lead things out in his first race ever in Super Cup. Mokotsi was a championship contender, and of course the man who lost the championship due to having to go away for his wedding was Keegan Campos. He's now looking to come back with big effect. He put it on pole, but he's in second place at the moment behind the rookie. Can he find a way through there on Fisser in the closing stages here of race one? As they come across the line, Fisser leads out. It's about a car length over Campos. Campos with a similar distance there between himself and Mokotsi. There's Davide Franco. Brad Liebenberg just ahead, pushing hard of Dean Fenter and Cara Hill. Nice little run there between the two of them. But the angry car getting a little bit more angry now. Looking for a way through there on Mokotsi through turn one. Franco all on his own, some in five. He hasn't really got much competition. The rest of the pack there stuck behind Brad Liebenberg in sixth place at the moment in his debut for the Toyota team into Super Cup. It's great to see the other manufacturers looking at Super Cup as a possibility of joining them. Unfortunately, it's gone all wrong there for the Sapphire car. Look at that. Andrew Schofield parked on the sideline in the second of the BMWs as the first one starts to close in on the back end of Roberto Franco. So coming into the back end of Super Cup, that means Robert Volk must be heading close to the end of this one, if not on the final lap here. And a brilliant run so far from Volk. He's had the championship taken away from him, but he's going to start the season with a victory and comes across the line to take the first one. And that is a fantastic effort from him. Msimanga will come through for second. This is the battle for second, though, in the Super Cup class. Mokotsi wants to make it a 1-2 for Volkswagen Motorsport. Is Campos going to keep him out? He's going to try. He's certainly going to try hard. Look at how hard he's pushing out. Mokotsi wants by. He knows a 1-2 for the Volkswagen Motorsport team would be a fantastic way to start their season. But Campos is the meat and the sandwich between them. Charles Fisser, the rookie, is going to get a debut victory here in that Astron Energy Volkswagen Motorsport Super Cup GTI. And he's going to hang on to win out over the Campos transport machine of Keegan Campos. Mokotsi is going to try hard here. Has he got a push to pass? Maybe to sneak through? No, he doesn't. He's going to have to hang on. But how's that? Tate Bishop in the background nearly gave him a run to the line as well. Four cars across the line and split by only half a second between those first four Super Cup category cars. Volk takes the win over Msimanga. Julian van der Vat, Anthony Pretorius, great debut for him. Saud Variawa in 5 and Van Rooyen in 6. Charles Fisser wins out the Super Cup class. A great effort beating out Campos and Mokotsi with Tate Bishop and Davide Franco, your top 5. A win on debut is certainly something that is not easy to do in the Super Cup class, but Charles Fisser has done it.
I can't thank the team enough. It was definitely a challenging race. Keegan really had a lot of pace, especially with us not having pushy pass. It was really a tight race. Pace is looking good. I'm just hoping we can carry the pace over to the next race, but I'm excited. I can't believe it. The first Super Cup race is the first win as well.
In the first South African Touring Car Championship race, it's Robert Volk who took the honours.
And the car pretty much behaved like we thought it would. Notwithstanding the wind made it quite difficult, but yeah, overall the balance fantastic. I could do the times at the end as well. So I suppose a big testament to the changes that have been made, and obviously the tyres that we're running with. So yeah, it's looking forward to race 2. Something I think we haven't all sort of delved into, two races with the new cars. So it should be interesting.
Join us back here at Killarney International Raceway after the break to see if Robert Volk can do the double. And will Keegan Campos be able to find what he needs to take that win? As always, down in pit lane, it is absolutely frantic with the adjustments on the cars to get them ready for race number 2. The atmosphere, of course, can be cut with a knife as the drivers get ready to go now for race 2 of the South African Touring Cars and Supacup combined. Absolutely amazing stuff. The one big factor, of course, is the wind. It has picked up dramatically and is certainly going to affect race 2 and how things pan out at the end. I wonder how it's going to affect some of the rookies. Good luck, Daddy Campos. Let's go racing. It's green for go as we come to the line now with the slight inverted grid here. Look out for Saad Variawa looking to take a maiden victory in that new car. He's on the front row and he's certainly going to be pushing hard to try and make that happen. His teammate slots in behind him and is going to go into formation flying basically here as Natiem Samanga tries to get on the inside of Julian van der Walt in the Golf GTI. Didn't quite work out for him. Robert Volk having to come from the back of the field now. Watch out for his progress through this pace. And the pace is absolutely electrifying as they come out of turn 1. Great start there coming out of Michael van Rooyen. He leads things out heading down into turn number 1 and now into turn 2. Into turn 1 go the Super Cup category cars, and who's got the whole shot there? Looks like it might be Mokgotsi. Mokgotsi might have just squeezed through there. I think he has. So Jonathan Mokgotsi just getting ahead of Campos and Visser behind them. So a little bit of a change up there in terms of Team Volkswagen. Visser is definitely behind Keegan Campos as they go into turn 2 here. We go on board the Astron Energy machine and he's looking in the rearview mirror, just watching out for cars that could potentially give him a bit of a run. Brad Liebenberg in the mix there right from the word go in the Toyota Starlet. Speaking of Toyota Starlets, in second place is the Toyota Starlet of Saad Variawa. Looking back at Julian van der Walt, and he's just watched Natiem Samanga squeeze through there on Pretorius. So a little bit of chopping and changing happening in the touring cars at the front end of this field. This is a great shot here from this rear wing of the GTR. Look how they pan out, coming down under braking. Pretorius round the outside. Oh, that is brilliant stuff from Anthony Pretorius. The old Toyota Corolla still got a little bit of grunt in her, that is for sure. And with Anthony Pretorius now side by side with Robert Volk, that is a multiple saloon car champion taking on the rookie in this category. And he's not holding anything back as Anthony Pretorius. He knows exactly where to place that car, using the experience he got last year in Polo Cup, and he uses it to great advantage down into turn 1. Slots in behind Natiem Samanga, who's behind Van der Walt, and Volk is now on his tail. Andrew Schofield back on track. Good to see the second of the BMWs there, the Sapphire car, not too far behind. Super Cup once again across the line down into turn 1, and Mokgotsi continues to lead out over Campos and Visser, his teammate. Tucked in behind that, Tate Bishop. That's why Visser's worried. When he saw him looking in the rearview mirror, he was worried about the man behind him, and the reason being it's the fellow Cape Tonian that's on his tail in that angry car. Watch for the look in the rearview mirror as they go into turn 2. There's a little glance up there from Visser. Now watching to try and find that inside line to get through on Campos. Maybe give Volkswagen Motorsport a 1-2 in the second heat. They didn't quite get it right in the first one. Campos stayed the meat in the sandwich, and he continues to be the little bit of thorn in the side for both of these boys. They come out of damps up onto the back straightaway and heading into that final back long straight. Problems off Bishop. Bishop slowing up. I was about to say Tate Bishop was on a flyer and now with a problem. The angry car just losing its anger there a little bit. Something's gone wrong. So that's going to leave those three to fight it out. Brad Liebenberg not too far off the back though. That is a huge improvement compared to race 1 there for the Toyota Gazoo Racing man. There in Super Cup for the first time, and he's got problems of his own coming in the form of Davide Franco. So the man that is helped out by Universal Motorsport and running in his colours. Absolutely brilliant stuff there from Davide Franco in 5th again. Fighting with Brad Liebenberg, a multiple champion. As we go back into touring cars, there's a car off the circuit. Was that Samanga? It might have been Natiem Samanga who ran off the track. I think it was. Yes, it was. Natiem Samanga running completely off the circuit. Julian van der Walt's point of view coming out of turn 2, looking back at Anthony Pretorius. Pretorius avoided the car that went spinning. I'm not quite sure if there was contact between the two of them, but certainly some kind of action that sent Natiem Samanga on his way and into the kiddie litter. Pretorius now all on his own sim. The front end is now Variawa as well. The Starlets at the front for the first time. Van Rooyen in second place, and big pressure coming from Robert Volk now on Van Rooyen coming into the closing stages. You can see it's the closing stages because they're catching Roberto Franco. The back end of the Super Cup class being caught now by the touring cars as they come down into Cape Town corner. At Fostron Cape Town corner, the bank turn, absolutely brilliant corner in motorsport, and these guys absolutely love it. But it can work out for you if you get those cars placed nicely. You get good drive, which is exactly what Michael Van Rooyen is trying to get you. But unfortunately, it's too little too late as the checkered flag comes out. Variawa gives the debut victory to that Toyota Starlet from Gazoo Racing. He wins out over his teammate Michael Van Rooyen, and race 1 winner Robert Volk in third place beats out Julian van der Walt and Anthony Pretorius. Let's go back now to the action here. It's kind of petered out slightly. There's a bit of a gap there between Mokotsi and Campos. A huge gap between Campos and Visser. I think Visser's going to just try and hang on. He could potentially wrap up the overall win here for the day if he's not too far back. Let's see what happens now as Mokotsi heads to the line. He's going to take a victory. First victory for 2024 goes to each of the Volkswagen Motorsport team members. First one went to Visser, second one goes to Mokotsi. Campos coming through for 2 second places. That might put him in the running for the overall as well. Good run there from Brad Liebenberg. It's a 4th place overall for the first outing for that Toyota Starlet from Gazoo Racing in the Super Cup. And once again, Davide Franco in the top 5. Beats out Cara Hill as she crosses the line in the background. Confirmation results there. Variawa, Van Rooyen, Volk and Van der Walt beating out Pretorius, your top 5. Schofield in 6 and Natium Samanga. He is unfortunately with the DNF. Then it was Mokotsi and Campos who fought it out to beat out Visser for the Super Cup category. We look forward to all the action coming up at the next round at Kyalami.
We kept a single file, basically myself and Michael, and we pushed to push away from the pack. And I'd say it paid in our favor, but we need to come back stronger. I think we need to carry on working as a team and push forward.
Great win for Saad Variawa in the Slovenian touring cars, and in the Super Cup it was Mokotsi for the second win of the day.
Very happy about that. Solid weekend for the team. Mike and them have done a phenomenal job on our cars this weekend. P3 and a P1 is not a bad way to start the season.
As we hit the brakes at Killarney, we look forward to all the action from the next round of the National Extreme Festival at Kyalami on the 13th of April. All this Extreme Festival action is proudly brought to you by Astron Energy, Volkswagen Motorsport, Dunlop Tires, and InvestChem Chemical Logistics.